I'm going to start recording and change that a little bit. Okay. Find your upright seat, sitting at the front edge of your chair, hands on the thighs, elbows in alignment with the torso, shoulders relaxed. Breathe in, breathe out. In the nose, out the mouth. In the nose, out the nose, whatever feels good. Really important with the breathing. It's considering the idea of range of motion of the apparatus for breathing, or the chassis for breathing. We want it to go all the way full, expanding in all directions, holding, and then all the way empty, melting, soft. When it's ready, after holding empty for a little bit, inhale again. Then holding and exhale again. So we want to create change. We want to open and then close, right? So it's not just the oxygen CO2 exchange, it's the physical movement. Take about 5 minutes. Now, slide hands, elbows, shoulder blades back, lift the chest, lift the chin, inhaling as you do so, spinal extension. And then slide hands forward past the knees, hollow the chest, round the back, drop the head, spinal flexion. We'll do it again. Inhale, sliding hands, elbows, shoulder blades back, chest up, chin up, arch. And slide forward, hollow, round. And again. And then settle to the middle. Rotation, left hand forward, right hand and elbow back. And then switch, right hand forward, left hand elbow back. Switch. Remember, we've been adding awareness of the hand on the inside of this knee, so that as you turn, you're also creating dynamic separation at the quad, the groin area, the inguinal crease. One more each way. And back to center. Hang the arms lateral. Lean, lift your left wrist, left foot empty, and then let's rise. lean. Right, lean. Right. Or each way. And middle. Scapular range of motion. Forward, up, back, down, under, forward and up, back, down, under. Continue. Reverse, under, back, up, over, down, under, back up and over, down, under, over, under, and relax. Legs together, tip a little bit forward, bring your arms forward, backs of hands touching, go out, tip back from the hips, bring the arms around and in. Tip forward, swing the arms forward, backs of hands touch, out, tip back, sweep the arms around and in. Forward, out and around, and in. Forward now and up. Open, turn palms forward, down, neutral. Forward, touching back of hands together, lift up, and then open, turn palms forward, down. Forward, up, back, down. Now all the way. Forward, up, keep them together, keep them together, keep them together. Down. Again. Forward, up. Down. Under. Forward and up. Out, down. Pause here. Reverse, starting at the bottom. Back and out. Forward and in. Back along the legs. Back, out. Around, in. Under, back, around, out. Around, in. Back, around, out. In. Then back, out, up halfway, cross, down, under, back, up, over, down, back, under and up, under and up, over, then up, then last. Pause. Feet separate hip distance, bend your elbows, flare out, up, down, in, down, out, up, down, in, down, out, and up, down, around, and in. One more. elbows straight back, down, forward, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up, forward and down. Now out, left hand high, right hand low, cross, wrap around your body, and then elbows straight out to the side, and then switch, cross, and out, switch, out, switch, out, down, hands in front, like so. Turn your palms down, up, down for the forearms, down, up, up. Now, hands out, elbows stay in. This unfolding, opening, externally rotating. Then the hands come back in, neutral. Now elbows, 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 around, around, around. Look how far in front of my body my elbows go. And then elbows come back to the body. They stay close to the body. Open. Neutral. Now elbows out and around more and around more and around more. And then neutral. And then open. And then neutral. And around and around and around more. Open. Now stay open. Step your feet a comfortable wide distance apart. We're going to go left hand up, over top, and down to meet this palm. And then up and back to here. Then this hand up and across, reach for it, and then come back. Reach for it, come back. And up, cross one wrist above the other, turn the palms down, let the arms fall, 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 and then separate. Then they cross, come up, they separate up top, and settle down, 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 down to here. Other wrist on top, up and over, cross, turn the palm over, let the arms fall, 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 and drop. Drop your arm. Then cross, lift, open, down. Alternate wrist, up and over, release. And remember, when we stand up, we're going to do a different version of this one. I believe we did it last week. So it's this one, this mechanism then gets added to a bunch of other activity to make an even more impactful movement. Bring your feet back to hip distance, arms in close, hands and wrists. We go fold. So make sure it's the wrist moving, not the fingers. That's what often happens. The wrist rolling, turn, roll. So from here we have to turn so that we can fold, so that we can roll, so that we can come here. But before we can do the next round, we have to turn the palms up, and then we can roll. Turn the palms up, and then over top, roll them through, point forward. Turn, over top, roll through, turn, over top, roll through. over top, roll through. Other direction, underneath, roll over top. Turn the palms so that you're ready to go underneath, over the top. Turn the palms underneath, top. Turn underneath, top. Turn underneath, underneath. And spread, gather. Add just a little bit of this fanning out, fanning back. Out, back, out, back, out, and claw to a fist. Open wide, claw to a fist. Open, claw to a fist. Open, claw to a fist. Open, thumb touch pinky. Other three fingers touch. Down. Open. Thumb touch pinky. Other three fingers down. Open. Down. Open. Shake. Scoot back a little bit on your chair. Now, load, push, load, down. And we want to get one extra little piece here. So before we lift, we do a little slip out of the foot. Right? See how I went from here to just slipped it out so that I can go 1, 2, 3, and down, slip it out, 1, 2, 3, down, slip it out, 1, 2, 3, down, slip it out, 1, 2, 3, down. Again. And last one. Down. Scoot all the way forward on your chair. Feet together. Right foot first, lift the toes and turn on the heel. Just pause there for a second. Notice the hips didn't move, this leg didn't move. There's only one area that moved. It was the thigh bone at this quad or hip joint. Now the heel goes out, the knee falls in. Toe and knee go out. Now we're a little further out. And then the heel goes out, knee falls in. And then lastly, toe and knee out. That should be about your maximum. And walk it in. 1, heel in, knee out, 2, toe and knee in, 3, heel and knee out, 4, and close. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try to do that with some schwen, some flow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open. And walk it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close. And then out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And open. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close. Now flow it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. And then both at the same time. 1, 2, 3. And then in. 1, 2, 3. Out. 1, 2, 3. In. 1, 2, 3. Feet step hip distance. Hands on knees. Turn on the hands so fingers point in, elbows flare out and around, and forward fold. right down through that space. And then sit upright. Arms go to neutral, lean back a little bit. And then sit upright. As you fold forward, turn on the hands, elbows come around. It just helps open up the back, bring out the shoulders, and move from the hips. Sit upright, arms to neutral, lean back. Sit upright and fold. Sit upright, lean back. The dragon takes a bow, step wider apart than hip distance. Same idea, turn on those hands, but now we have a little more room to fold all the way down. And then sit upright, turn on the hands and lean back a little bit. And then sit upright and turn on the hands, elbows flare out and around, falling through that space. And then up, arms turn to neutral, lean back. Up, turn on the hands, elbows flare around. Hold. Up, arms turn, lean back. One more. Dragon takes a bow. Now, stay leaning back and tip to your right, bow to your right, elbows flare, and then sweep across over to the left side, and then come back and around. And then elbows flare out and bow. The dragon stirs the sea with its tail. Right. One more. And reverse. Bring your legs back to hip distance. From here, we do what's called the shaking loose of the heavenly pillar. So remember our first exercise where we pulled elbows back, shoulder blades back, and we arched the back. And also remember the second part of that, this rounded shape. So those two shapes are part of this, as well as fold at the hips and sit upright. So we put them together. So hands come back, elbows come back, shoulder blades come back, arch. Keep that arch as you fold. Once you finish folding, now slide your hands down your shins and round your back and drop your head. Now stay rounded as you sit upright. Keep coming upright, 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 but keep this rounded shape. So you get to about here, where you sat up, and then you start to lengthen up through the spinal column, tall, 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 and go to the back bend position again as you forward fold. And then slide the hands down and round, and then sit up in the rounded shape. Once you get up to the top, let the spine go long, and then arched as you fold, and then rounded, and then sitting up. See if you can find that fluidity. And sit vertical. Hang your arms. Float them out like wings. Turn your palms up and reach up. Look up. So there's a little bit of a back bend here. Now reach your right hand a little higher than the left. and then just soften that shoulder so they're even. And then lift your left arm, reaching higher than the right. And then just soften. And then right arm reaching higher than the left. And then soften. And then left arm reaching higher. And soft. And then left arm. Or right arm, whatever you're on. And then both at the same time, reach. Reach. And then float out all the way down. Forward. Up. Turn this into a back bend. Arching. And forward and down. Hands on your thighs. Head and neck. Chin down. Level and up. Level and down. Level and up. Down. All the way up. One. Then bring your head to center and turn to the right. Turn to the left. Turn. Turn. Now a compound movement. Looking up, turn to the right, and then look down to the right. Then stay looking to the right, look up to the right, turn over top, looking over top to the left, and then look down to the left. And then look up and over and down. And then up and over and down. Keep doing that a few more times. We want to polish the pathway. Polishing meaning getting rid of what's there that is extra, a sort of layer of residue, that when that residue is cleared out, there's smooth, fluid movement. Next time you're looking down to one side, look down right in front of you, then look over to the other side at the down direction, and then look up. And then stay looking to that direction, look down, under, over to the other low direction, and then up on that side. Down, under, over to the other side, and up. Down, under, over to the other side, up. Down, under, and up. Down, under, down, under, down, under, and up. And then bring the head to level and turn to the right, turn to the left. Do that a few times just to even out the joints and tissue. And then we're back to center. Now we go chin, forward, back, and then way back. Right? And then middle, forward. Really stick your chin forward. Draw it back, chin staying sort of level, and then keep the chin kind of downish, but send your head back. And then forward, right? You got to let the spine come along for the ride. Back. forward, back. And then from the back position, just find middle. Zhongjang, central upright. Now, head to the right, just tipping sideways. Now for this one, just hold it there. Give it some time to loosen and release. And then up and over and tip. Up and over and tip. Up, over, and tip. Up, over, and tip. One more. Now, compound movement from the center, a small tip to the right, just a little bit. Then chin up, which sends your head back. Keep your head back as you tip your head left a little bit. Keep your head left, tip the head forward a little bit. So that was a small circle. Let's do it again. Tip right, back, left, forward. Now make the next one a little bigger. The next one even bigger. Continue growing the size of the circling spiral. And even start to let it unravel the whole spinal column. You can almost feel it turning all the way down through the deep, deep layers of tissue that often are sort of restricting movement. Last time around, hang your head in front completely loose. Then draw it straight up as if a string is pulling the top of your head to the ceiling. And then let's go the other way. Tip the head a little bit left, back, right, forward, left and back, right, forward, left and back. Continue getting a little larger with each round. Last time around, just hang your head in front, totally loose. Bring the head straight up on top of your body. And done. Great job. Hang your arms. Swing your arms forward and then drop swing. Swing up, drop swing, swing up, drop and up, drop and up, drop and up. Now, drop and just let them swing till they come to stillness on their own. Then swing right arm forward, left arm back, and then swing, 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 swing. And then just let them release. Slide your feet back a little bit. Fold. Shoulders stay loose and relaxed. Forward and all the way up, up, up. Tall, tall, tall. And then fold and sink. Try to stay song. Soft, supple, pliable, relaxed. Resist that urge to grab on and clench your body. Trying to unlearn that habit that, again, people get away with for a long time, but when we get older and then you add something like Parkinson's to the mix, those bad habits, those bad imperfect uses of our mechanisms, they just don't fly. You have to return to the natural movement. Let's do a couple of these squats where you don't sit, but use this to sink down and touch the ground. Imagine you got to pick something up off the ground. So use this ability to be soft. When you're soft, you remember chunwon. The chunwon meaning that which can be down underneath us out of the body is underneath. That's like a magnet connecting us to the ground. And then we're just sinking and rising. Sinking, but it's just this pliable body. It's not carrying density around in it or with it. Now here we are standing. We got two legs. So now let all your weight go over into one leg, this other leg a little bit empty, and then change. So how is it that we can cultivate our middle? If I tell you where your middle is, that's only so useful to us, right? The Taoists say it's deep to the belly, the lumbar spine section, this general region, plus the two joints here, the inguinal crease, this area is this middle, and then the middle of that is the middle. But we need to have a functioning middle. So we got to do exercises utilizing yin and yang, empty and full, up and down, forward and back, to inform, to educate, to cultivate a functioning middle. So we got the leg thing happening. Now we add, reach your when your weight's in your left leg, reach your left hand more down, right wrist floats up, right foot empty. And then change. And then change. We're trying to separate, change, all the parts that run through the middle, that are connected to the middle, rather than a congealed state or a congested state. We have to free it up so they can separate from each other. And at first, it feels like we're going into less stability, and actually feels like we're going into less strength. So there's a saying in the Tao Te Ching, embrace the weak. Embrace weakness. So what they mean by that is what we're doing, this saw. Now your high hand forward, your low hand back a little bit. Now as your high hand goes down far away, your low hand comes up like you're going to tickle your armpit. And then put the weight into the leg of that arm that's on its way down. And so now we're going to switch. So now the high hand goes forward, low hand comes back. One down, one up, like you're going to tickle your own armpit. And then one forward, one back. And then one down and one up. One forward, one back. One down, one up. One forward, one back. It's called left-right wheel. So this is helping cultivate the middle. This is the forward wheel. Pause when you have one hand near the armpit. Now the backward wheel. One down, one up, one back, like you're going to tickle the armpit, one forward but not up. So that's important here, that when this happens, this hand goes forward but doesn't get all the way here. Forward. So that you can go down and up. And then back and forward. Down and up, back and forward, down and up, back and forward, down, up. And you're always going into the leg of the arm that's on its way down. That's the backwards wheel. Now, bring this high hand somewhat close to the body, flatten it, press straight down through the kind of heel of the hand. As you do that, this hand floats up loose as can be. Now relax the bottom hand, flatten the top hand, press and rise. And then relax the bottom hand, flatten the top hand, press, rise. Flatten the top, relax bottom, press and rise. Press and rise. Press, rise. Press, rise. So all this movement, this leaning, this tilting, this changing is helping cultivate middle. Right? We don't want to stand stiff and go like this. Right? That someone might think this is more stable, right? Because I'm not moving, right? So that must be more stable. But in fact, it's a non-functioning stability. So who cares about that kind of stability? That's not useful to us. It's not functioning. It's not functioning. So the functional stability is when everything is separated from each other, but dynamically so, in that you didn't pull it apart and cut it in half. You drew it out like taffy, right? So just this practice of separating your joints and tissues from each other, but in a way that actually makes them more informed of each other. They understand how to operate better. And now we close and settle and cross. Now bring both hands up right in front of your chest. We open, big open, all the way, all the way. And then turn the palm slightly up and bring in. Turn the palm slightly in. This would happen on inhale. Now as you're opening, go into your right leg. You go to your right, I go to my right. So you're going to your right leg as you open, and then you go to your left leg as you close. So we'll look opposite to each other now in the screen. So certain exercises are done this way for reasons, which I've mentioned before, I won't talk about now, but just this idea of certain exercises, we always go into the right leg when we open, into the left leg as we close. Right leg as you open. Close. Bring the hands below the diaphragm but above the navel. Open. Close. Middle basin. Opening and closing. And then drop the hands right in front of the groin area. Open. Little spiral. Close. Turn the hands a little in. Open. Close. So you can feel this idea that these exercises are built to be executed with hydraulics, soft, relaxed. So it should be smoothing you, polishing you, giving you a sort of meditative quality. Plus a feeling of soft and smooth through the nerves, through the tissue, through the brain, nerve, body connection. And shogun closing. That. Now, go to your right leg, open, just like we did. And notice my hands are low here, they're not up high. So they're not up here, they're down here. And then close, put your right arm on the outside. So it's my right arm and your right arm on the outside, internally rotate and lift. Now, go to your right leg, open, open. Stay in your right leg, comes down. Go to your left leg, close, right arm on the outside every time. So this is another one of those exercises that has that asymmetry to it. Up, go to your right leg, open, down. Go to your left leg, close, lift. Go to your right leg, open, down. Go to your left leg, close, lift. Right leg, open, down. Left leg, close, lift. Open, down. Close, lift. Open, down. Close. Now reversing. Open, lift, go to your left leg, close, this is a little bit specific, close, fold, and dive them down. Open, lift, close, fold, dive down. Open and lift, close, fold, dive down. Feel it through here. Feel it through the torso that it's open. This whole area open. And then closing. It's hollowing. Open. 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 Boom. Cross. Now, we already did our scapular work, but we're going to do that with an additional piece. So put your weight in your right foot and step your left foot a little bit behind, turned out. So you have this kind of a foot position. It's a very common one in this practice. Now, notice that you can go into your front leg and into your back leg. So just feel that change of weight. And then remember the 5 main positions for the scapula are neutral, low forward, high back, low back, neutral. So that's like a circle, right? So now go into your front leg as you go to low front and lift. Now go into your back leg as you go back with the scapula, slide them down, and then neutral as you transfer into your front leg, protract and lift, and then retract and down, neutral, protract and lift, retract, down, forward and up, back, down, forward and up. So we're, again, sort of reclaiming our, keep thinking of the word, the sea creature, right? We want to feel more and more like something that's like a sea creature that's flooding and flowing through movement rather than how we're sort of stuck in our meat and bone and machine-like experience with our body. But Tai Chi is saying, no, no, that's not our natural state. Our natural state is this. It's fluid. Let's go the other way. We go back and up, forward and down, neutral as you go into your back leg again, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back. And this really helps with balance because ideally what you're feeling is your middle is sort of just floating. You don't have to hold on and grab to keep yourself stable and upright. Instead, you just let yourself be so relaxed that you're grounded, whether you're in your back leg, whether you're in your front leg, whether you're forward slightly or backward slightly. All this shape changing that we're doing, if you're relaxed, you sort of just feel stable the whole time rather than, I'm holding my stability. Let's switch our feet. Right foot back, left foot in front. And again, just notice you can go front leg, back leg. When you move from the middle, it's very simple. You just let the weight go down, weight stays down. Now go forward and bring scapula forward and up, and then back and down, under and forward and up, and back, down, under, forward and up, back. Movement. Now we reverse. Back, up, forward, down, under, back, up, over, forward, down, under. And pause. Now we stand symmetrically and go right shoulder forward and up. Now as it goes back and down, left shoulder forward and up. And Renee, notice that your hand did something like this. Notice what my arm does, or rather doesn't do. It doesn't do anything. The arm is just loose. All right, look at all the movement through my torso, through my neck, through my head. All this weight change that's happening through the body just from doing relaxed body and then scapular range of motion. It's not just about the shoulders. The whole network of the body can be getting loosened. Reverse, forward and down, back and up. Forward and down, back and up. All right. And then finally, that one that we've been working on, this really cool movement. Put your right foot in front, left foot a little bit behind, turned out. Whichever foot is in front, that wrist is the top wrist each time. Now we come up, open. So you'll remember this movement from earlier when we were sitting. Go into your back leg and come down to this shape here, this opened, unfolded, weights in the back leg, front leg a little bit empty. Now go into your front leg, bring the hands up and over, that right wrist should be on top. Now stay in your front leg, swing and swing back up, and then open and come back to this position. Come up and over, go into your front leg, swing, swing back up, and then opening, unfolding. Palms should be facing up here. So they're facing up here. Then you go into your front leg, come up and over, right wrist on top, swing, palms facing up here, palms facing down here. So that's internally rotated arms. And then when you open, palms face up as you come down, out to the sides like that. Up and over, cross right wrist on top and swing. Up, back leg, open. Front leg over top and back. So Karen, you're doing something different. Get here. Go into your front leg, come over top. Good. Go into your front leg, come over top. So we're up high so that we can go low and back. So we can come back up high. So we can open and come back down low. So there's just a lot of change. So we're helping not get stuck. We're going up to then be able to go down and then back up and then open. Down. Boom. In. Here. Boom. In. Switch your feet. Front foot comes back, change the weight. Other foot out. Now it'll be this wrist on top. Go into your front leg, come over top, and in. Open. And then up over top, and open. Again. 2 more. On this last one, just let him swing. Shogun. Wing, roll, fold, over top. Settle to your middle. And then seal the practice. 1, 2. And then little bow, hand mudra. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you know where your chair is when you go to sit down. And there are any questions or anything like that, some newer stuff. So if you have any questions, feel free.